Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Hi, friends, and welcome to Growing Old Fearlessly. I am your host, Julie, and boy, do I have a super show for you today. We are going to be talking about nutrition and breaking away from sugar. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to Evergreen Media for making this show possible. This is the studio in which we are in today. If you would like to host a show just like this one, you can reach them at egreenmedia.com. So I have a quote by Thomas Edison that I'm going to read to you. He said, of course, a long time ago, he was so smart, "The doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will cure and prevent disease with nutrition." Nutrition. Food as medicine, people. So with that said, allow me to introduce my very dear friend. She is a certified integrative nutrition health coach. She specializes in helping people break free from sugar and reclaim their health. She is also a gluten and dairy-free living expert, as well as, boy, she has many titles, a certified belief-clearing practitioner. Welcome, Veronica Kolibab.
Thank you, Julie. It's such a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm so excited.
Yes, and I am so excited too. We do have a full show planned for today. So we're going to just hurry up and get started because there's a lot of information that I know everybody wants to hear. What is integrative nutrition?
You know, it's funny. When people think of integrative nutrition or nutrition, the word comes up, what do they automatically think of? They think of food. And integrative nutrition is the integration of everything that's in our life that we consume. So think about it. We consume things we see. We consume things we hear. We consume our environment. We consume the food on our plate, relationships. All of those things are in consumption and they all affect our health.
That's right. When we're reading a book, when we're watching the news, like first thing in the morning.
Or at night. Yes. So you're watching the news at night. You get angry. You get frustrated. The next thing you know, you can't sleep or your body is stressed out. So you're putting your body into a cortisol like frenzy before you go into sleep or setting off your day that way. You know, or the consumption of caffeine, which puts the body in fight or flight, like right out of the gate in the morning, boom, you know. So there's so many things that we consume. Our education, you know, sometimes we put our value on our education, which can also stress people out if they feel like they're not educated. It messes with their value. Or relationships, you know, say you're in a great relationship or you're in a bad relationship. You eat the healthiest ever and you're in a bad relationship. What happens? You're sick.
Right. So another part of what you do is the belief clearing. Tell me a little more about that.
Belief clearing is fun. So far there's way more than 12, but I work with 12 different techniques that can help people to clear limiting beliefs in their minds. One of them is EFT tapping.
I love EFT tapping.
Isn't it great?
I love it. Oh my gosh, it moves the energy all over.
And you feel it when you're doing it. Like if you're stressed and you do some EFT tapping, it's like instantly you're like, oh, you know, it's like the parasympathetic kicks in, boom, your body just goes, okay, I'm safe.
Oh, that is great. Yeah. To all my listeners, all my viewers, in another show, we will talk about EFT tapping because that's a whole show all by itself. So sure. We're talking about nutrition today. So you are an expert. We're not doctors. Let me say this like right off the bat. I'm not a doctor. She's not a doctor. She's got her certifications, which are great. I have none. I just know. I just know how I live my life. That's all it is. But soon you're going to have your very own show here as well.
Yes, so exciting.
And the name, give us some information.
Well, it's Health Revolution with V. And on this show, it's not necessarily me teaching. It's me bringing in all different integrative practitioners, practices, tools, techniques, all of these experts in different arenas that will come in and give us information for optimal health. You know, the various different areas of our life, including, you know, financial wellness, relational wellness, massage healers, different various health coaches, detoxification specialists. So all of these amazing practitioners coming on and sharing their information or their products, you know.
That is amazing. You must be pretty excited about that. So everybody, Health Revolution with V is starting next week. So tune in because it will be amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
So for today, the main focus of our show, besides it being nutrition, it's talking about sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. It's a sweet topic.
A bittersweet topic.
Exactly. So tell us, why did you choose to specialize in sugar awareness?
Well, it's a twofold answer. The first part of that is that I had gotten really sick. And even though I was holistic for most of my life, I didn't eat appropriately. So just because I didn't visit doctors doesn't mean that I was well, right?
Right.
So I had, abused my body with eating whatever, sugars, Snickers in the middle of the day, not thinking anything of it until I got the worst form of candida in my stomach. It's a dysbiosis of the microbiome. So the stomach just was jacked up in layman's terms.
I actually remember, I think this is like right when I first met you.
It was years ago.
Is when you were going through that, yes.
Oh, it was brutal.
And you made huge changes in everything.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about that.
Everything had to come off the plate. I mean, anything that I normally ate had to go in a blink. So I remember being in the grocery store and just went to tears because there was nothing that I could just grab and go and eat. And I literally dropped from like 128 to about 110 pounds because I was determined not to take the drugs and kill off the candida naturally. And if I could say anything, it's prevent it before it happens to you because it's a debilitating illness. And then the second part of that was as I got better, I became really passionate about what was in the food and what we were taking in and why people were so sick today. Mm-hmm. And so with 74% of the population being overweight or obese and sugar being at the heart of that, I felt like that was the easiest shift, was to help people to empower themselves to get out of that rut with the sugar.
And it's difficult because sugar is so addicting.
And it's everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Ketchup
everywhere,
right? Salad dressings,
it's everywhere. In one of my classes, I have I show like this healthy choice, sweet and sour lunch, and I say there's nothing healthy about the healthy choice. It's got like 22 grams of sugar in your lunch, and my class is just a brain burner because we see how much sugar that we really are taking in every single day when we're not aware of it.
It's crazy. And I know that in your website, you talk a lot about read the labels, right? Look at those labels. There are hidden sugars everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, some of them are the obvious, the colas, the candy.
Yeah.
I mean, all of those we know, but when you look at other things that are supposed to be healthy, like milk.
Oh. and your health foods, like most of the foods in the health food stores are not healthy foods.
Right.
Things that you would never imagine. You think, I'm going to have some granola because it's so great for me. And granola is one of the highest foods in sugar.
I did see that you have an excellent recipe for granola.
Yes.
in your website.
Yes.
I was stalking you. So I was looking
Yes.
at all the blogs that you have on your website, and it was like, oh, granola, oh, chocolate mousse.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Oh, yes, girl.
and that looked decadent, but not a drop of sugar.
No.
Now, do you take sugar and, like, use a sweetener in its place, or what do you do? What do you
Yes.
personally do?
So I have several sweeteners that I like to use. I have them all tested by my kinesiology practitioner, so I know that they're good for my body.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use them in excess because I don't eat a lot of sweets, but there's several sweeteners that I like to use. I like the monk fruit. I like the erythritols. Brands vary. I've had some erythritols that have upset my stomach, but if people go to my Facebook, they can see the different things that I use there, because I have the page is very active on Instagram and Facebook, the Eating with V pages. But I like liquid sucralose, which is not Splenda. Splenda is maltodextrin and dextrose with a tiny bit of sucralose in it. So liquid sucralose is just that, like 1 drop is equivalent to like a teaspoon of sugar.
You turned me on to that one, and that is the one. It's a little dropper, yellow dropper. I mean, it looks like Splenda, but
Yeah.
it's not Splenda. It's and yes, all it takes is 1 or 2 drops. I've actually gotten my brother to use that too.
Yeah. And some people will demonize the sucralose thinking, because they say, well, it's Splenda, but it's not Splenda. Splenda is its own animal. And if you turn over the back of a Splenda box, you're going to see it says maltodextrin and dextrose, and then sucralose is at the very bottom. I think it's about 5% sucralose in there.
Huh. Well, just so that my listeners know, or our viewers, refined sugar has no vitamins, no minerals, no protein, no healthy fats, no fiber or enzymes. It is empty calories. So
Yes.
you're just adding all these calories on with absolutely no value to your body. Your body just doesn't use sugar for anything good. I have a quote, and I'm going to say it because this is pretty amazing, by Anne Wigmore. She was a holistic health practitioner from, like the 1900s. She said, the food you eat can be either the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. And that's exactly what sugar is.
100%. And back to what you had just said, not just the calories. So here's what goes on in the body. We take in all of this sugar. The liver cannot process all of this sugar. So it is converting it back into fat, and it puts the fat out in the body. So you could be thin and have high triglycerides. You could have a non-alcoholic fatty liver, and you can gain weight. You can gain a lot of weight from eating sugar.
Oh boy. And we see so many people fighting to lose weight, fighting. And, perhaps this is something that they need help with. Tell you what, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back to talk some more with Veronica Kolibab.
Hi, I'm Ralph Winook with Dale Sorensen Real Estate and ResidentialRalph.com. When you're interested in buying or selling a home, contact me. As your agent, I will work nonstop to ensure that your buying or selling experience is smooth and stress-free. I will be there for you at every stage of the process to answer your questions and help you make an informed decision. So, why wait? Contact me, Ralph Winook, and schedule a consultation with me today. Visit ResidentialRalph.com. That's right, ResidentialRalph.com.
Who's got time to clean when you need it clean? Call Germ Wizards LLC using the most up-to-date equipment. Germ Wizards pays strict attention to detail. They make dust disappear. Whether you need your office to sparkle, your home to shine, or you want to give someone a great gift, hire the Germ Wizards. It's easy to get a quote online. There's even an online portal. To discuss details directly with your cleaning professional, visit GermWizardsLLC.com. Make dust disappear with Germ Wizards.
Sturgis Lumber and Hardware has what you need for hurricane season. Lumber and plywood, straps, ties, and bolts, plus the service to find what you need. Be ready now. Sturgis Lumber and Hardware, US 1 Vero Beach. Be hurricane ready with Sturgis Lumber and Hardware. SturgisLumber.com.
Start your day with fuel in your tank with breakfast at Marsh Landing. You'll love our biscuits and gravy, sweet potato pancakes, or eggs Benedict with a fried green tomato. And how about a mimosa or a Monster Bloody Mary? It's breakfast, old Florida style, at Marsh Landing in Fellsmere.
Advertising is essential. You've got to make people aware that you're there. We can do that with a cohesive marketing campaign from Evergreen Media. Based on your business goals, we'll create a mix of digital advertising on social media sites like Facebook, video advertising on streaming sites like Hulu and Paramount Plus, and supplement them with local TV and radio ads. Build awareness, educate, and inform the public with a cohesive marketing campaign by Evergreen Media. Check out egreenmedia.com or search online for Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Growing Old Fearlessly, and today we're talking about nutrition. But before I go back to my guest, my very special guest, I want to give thanks to Ralph Winook. He is Residential Ralph, realtor with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. If you're looking to buy or sell, you can reach him through his website, and that is residentialralph.com. So we have Veronica here today, and we're talking about sugar, and we're having a lot of fun, telling you what products have hidden sugars in them and which sweeteners that are supposed to be so good for you may not be so good for you. So I know that Splenda's not. I know that Sweet and Low definitely is not. I can't stand stevia, but that's just my personal preference. But you wanted to talk about one more.
Well, actually, two now that you said that.
Okay.
So stevia in the raw, if you actually look at the back of the package, it's dextrose with a little bit of stevia in it. So buyer beware. And also agave, which is touted as a health product, which is 90% fructose, which the liver has to process the fructose. And 90% fructose puts a load on the liver because it has to process that for it to be used as energy. So stay away from agave. It's not sugar-free. It's terrible for diabetics. And dextrose and maltodextrin are as well.
So you're mentioning dextrose. I have no idea what that is. What is it?
It's a food. It's a processed food additive. So dextrose and maltodextrin are added to processed foods. They're not technically sweeteners. What they do is they elevate blood sugar levels. So I'm not exactly sure how they get to slide them into diabetic products, but they do.
Wow. And you were talking about monk fruit earlier, and you take it, I think there is a powder form, and it's got erythritol. Okay, so I have tried that, and it has upset my stomach. But you said on your website or on Facebook, you have a different form that hasn't done that to you.
Yeah, the So Nourished brand, which I don't usually promote brands, but I like the So Nourished brand. It tests well, and it doesn't upset my stomach at all.
Okay. All right. Well, that is fabulous.
Yeah.
Let's discuss some of the health conditions that are related to the overuse of sugars.
Well, the obvious ones, diabetes, insulin resistance, and insulin-resistant diabetic. People can have non-alcoholic fatty liver, heart conditions, because think about all of the extra fats that are going out into the body. They're affecting the heart. And that visceral fat, that stomach fat, is terrible for heart conditions. Any autoimmune conditions, anyone with any kind of autoimmune condition, giving up sugar is not an option. You really need to give it up. And I know that I have people in my life who go, I'm not eating any sugar. And then you look at the back of every package in their house and it has sugar in it, right?
Oh, yeah. Look at the Rice Krispies that they're eating. I mean, sugar flakes, of course, it's in the name, but, everything else, it has so much.
It's everywhere.
Sugar.
And Alzheimer's, depression, they've actually linked depression to overuse of sugar as well. So you have brain conditions, you have Alzheimer's, you have depression, you have aging, right? So to us women, we're like, oh my God, I want to age. But stop eating the sugar.
Which also includes drinking the alcoholic drinks. But you also mentioned that somebody who doesn't drink but eats a lot of sugar can still have that, right?
They will. They call it non-alcoholic fatty liver. And that actually comes from the liver's trying to process that sugar like we talked about, and it's putting that fat back out in the body. So we're eating the sugar. The body can't process it. We keep eating more sugar. Like in my class, we learned that the average person's eating 46 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Oh,
That's a lot of sugar. And you're supposed to have women no more than 6 teaspoons and men no more than 9, children no more than 3 to 6. So look at what they're doing to the children.
oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know.
And then they wonder why children have all these illnesses and conditions. And, you know, you have more children medicated today than ever before.
Exactly. How do you feel about honey?
Honey is still sugar. The liver doesn't go, oh, wait a minute, that's honey. That's okay. Let it pass. There's no little guard at the gate going up. Come on in.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love my honey,
And, you know,
but I don't do it in excess.
that's it. I mean, there's 2 sides of the fence. So when you go, and everything with nutrition will have 2 sides of scientific evidence, right? There's the pros and the cons. And I learned this in school. We had to learn the 2 sides of every coin because there's always 2 sides of every coin. And there's scientific evidence for grains. There's scientific evidence against grains. There's scientific evidence for everything. Honey, there's scientific evidence says honey's so great for allergies and this and that, as long as it's local honey. And then on the other side of that fence is the sugar people going, but if you're eating it like tons of it,
Right.
then it's a whole different animal. It's anything in moderation, I
Right.
feel. You know?
Well, it's the same thing like with fruits, because a lot of people are told, oh, don't eat the fruit because there's a lot of sugar in the fruits. But fruits are good for you.
Yeah. And again, not
moderation.
in excess, right? So diabetics can't have bananas and diabetics can't have, you know, mangoes and things like that. But if you take care of your body, you know, you can eat the fruit. But if you're eating 46 teaspoons of sugar every day and all of the other food, and then you're adding fruit on top of it, I mean, think about it, right? We just need to be more food aware of what
Right.
we're eating.
Oh, boy. So talking about that, do you have some tips for the listeners?
Oh, yes. I have some great tip. My favorite tip, and this will help you in the grocery store. Sorry, I'm a hand talking kind of person. But this will help you when you go to the grocery store. So when you pick up that label and you're looking at that label, for every 4 grams of sugar, it's a teaspoon. Every 4 grams. So if it's 16 grams of sugar, it is 4 teaspoons. And look at the serving size, because you'll get a package of something and it'll say 16 grams of sugar, and then there's 2 servings in the package. So if you eat it, you have to double that.
Oh, boy. So 4 grams equals a teaspoon of sugar.
Yes.
Ooh.
For every 4 grams, it's a teaspoon.
Wow. Wow. That goes with Mary Poppins, you know, a teaspoon of sugar makes the medicine go down, but you don't want to take that
makes
medicine.
more medicine come on. And the other thing too, anything that you see low fat on the shelf has more sugar.
That's right, because if they take something out, they got to put something else in to make it taste well.
Exactly. Fat is delicious. So when they take the fat out, which by the way, should not be demonized as much as it is, because we need the fat for our brain. But it's just the kind of fat. But when they take out the fat, they add more sugar.
Right. So I know that it's a lot of information and you have a lot more to give us, but you do have a special offer for anybody this month who is listening or viewing this video. What is that?
Well, actually, I'm going to give it to you through the end of the year, through 2023.
Ooh.
But I have an online brain-burning sugar class, anti-sugar class. Actually, it's a hidden sugar and label reading class. It's 1 full hour. It's amazing. And it will give them so much information. $20 off. And the code is AGEFUN, all capital letters, AGEFUN20. So it's normally a $49 class that you can get for $29 because of your show.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So everybody, please do take advantage of that. If you want to change your life, your nutrition, get rid of the sugar and move forward. This is how we get a hold of Veronica. She is at eatingwithv.com. And what is your email, V?
It's v@eatingwithv.com.
Fabulous. So to claim your spot in that anti-sugar class, email Veronica, and
they can actually go right to the website and they can get it right there. Put the code in.
Oh, fantastic. And the code is AgeFun20. AgeFun20. AGEFUN 20. AGEFUN 20. That's fabulous. So, Veronica, thank you so much for being our guest today. Thank you for all the wonderful information that you have given us. And everybody, I appreciate your time. I'm going to close with a quote from Socrates. And he said, "One should eat to live, not live to eat." Go out and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care, and don't forget to keep growing older fearlessly. Bye-bye.